A furious Good Samaritan waded into a lock to break up a swan fight, only to push them further into the water, where one of them drowned. The angry busybody berated a dog walker for filming the vicious swan battle, but only made it worse when he tried to intervene. James Price was out walking his Labrador, Ruby, at Penton Hook Lock on the River Thames in Surrey yesterday morning when he witnessed two swans scrapping. Not wanting to miss the majestic animal's dramatic display and thinking it was a simple tussle over territory, the 47-year-old began filming the encounter on his phone. But when the brawl didn't abate, a busybody dog walker walked into the shallow water and began attempting to separate the battling birds. Rather than stopping their scrap, the swans instead moved from the inch-deep water they were initially in. They shifted further up the weir, where the water was much deeper. Footage showed one of the swans appeared to get the upper hand and began sitting on its rival before holding the poor bird's head underwater with its beak. As the swans floated towards the weir, the struggling bird was swept away in a small waterfall, where it drowned out. The unknown man, wearing a flat cap, then approached James and berated him for filming the scene, and can be heard sarcastically asking, "Did you enjoy that?" Upset by what he had just witnessed, James said he was stunned by the accusation, believing the fight was a natural occurrence and not something humans should interfere with. Instead, he claims the man's intervention was what led the poor swan to drown as he forced the birds into more dangerous, deeper and fast-moving water. James, a dad of 4 from Surrey, said, "When the bloke came over to me and said, 'Did you enjoy watching that swan die?' I was really shocked. He made me feel like a real P for filming it, to be honest, as I was upset once I realized the swan had drowned. However, then my wife pointed out that we shouldn't interfering with nature." David Attenborough doesn't go and chase the lion off to save a gazelle. If the swan was caught in something and needed help to get free, that would be different, but this was a natural fight between two swans that I felt shouldn't be interfered with. And furthermore, someone with some experience with wildlife might think it right to interfere, but I wouldn't have a clue what to do. Swans are pretty vicious too, so they could hurt you quite easily. I actually still think I was right not to intervene, and, to be honest, if that bloke hadn't have got involved, the other one probably wouldn't have drowned. If things had got too violent for it, it could have flown off. But it was because it was in the deep water, thanks to the one of Steve Irwin, that its rival was able to drown it. James had originally began filming the swans because he thought it was an interesting nature video to show his young children. While it appeared heated, he never dreamed that it would result in one of the swans losing its life. James said, "They were having a monumental ruckus, but I presumed it was just some kind of mating ritual over territory." But it was a pretty amazing sight and not something you see every day, so I pulled my phone out and starting to video it, thinking I'd show the kids. But then this bloke came into the water to separate them. I thought, what on earth is he doing? But didn't say anything. However, by coming into the water, he moved them out of the shallows and into the deeper section, which is what in the end led the swan to down. It was only at the last minute that I realized what was happening and that the other swan was in real danger. It turned into a horrible battle, and the swan ended up drowning its rival. It was quite distressing to witness. Watching the footage, the man can be heard approaching James and his wife and asking, "Did you enjoy that?" Watching a swan being killed. Not realizing what the busybody has said, James responds, "Horrible, isn't it?" However, then James' wife can be heard pointing out to him that the man was actually angry that James had filmed the encounter and not helped out. James added, "I think this is just another instance of a busybody who wants to stick their nose into everything. And not content with having caused the swan's death, he had the cheek to have a go at me for filming it." I think he should get off of his high horse. Maybe once he sees this video and what damage his heroic actions caused, he might think twice before he is so rude to someone who tries to get involved with nature again.